Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all.
I
Ugh.
love that. Like just
Oh
dunk on the
god.
desk. Like
Oh god. They're so heavy, unwieldy.
so,
Okay.
this is the longest arc I've had you read so far, and it's the longest one in the original series.
It is long. There. We
So,
got a nice little thunk.
in case you haven't been following directly, I've been having Seki go through each of the Pokemon arcs one by one for Pokemon Adventures. This week, or not this week. This time we read the Ruby Sapphire arc, and it's a bit of a chonker.
I got a new favorite Pokemon out of it.
Really, who's your new favorite?
Mighty Ina.
Oh yeah.
He's so cute. And a
Okay,
new
okay.
favorite character.
So the Ruby Sapphire arc split is kind of the reason part of why it's so long is it follows two separate main characters that
Yep.
have like a bit of a zigzag around the world in 90 days sort of setup. Um,
Yeah, because we've got
between
our two, it's two main girls, right?
I know a main girl and a main guy.
The guy's the son of the gym leader.
Yes.
I couldn't tell at first, and then I got confused. But the girl is the daughter of Professor Birch, and the guy is the son of the gym leader
Yep.
because he likes all of his Pokemon to be like pretty and cute and like cool. Um,
Yeah.
and she's like a little wild child.
I guess just which one did you prefer reading? I'm actually curious.
Um, Controversial take here. I liked reading about the gym leader's son only because he picks Pokemon the way I would have when I was a kid.
I
You know,
thought that might be
like
the case.
that one looks so cool. Mudkip's kind of doesn't look as cool. Like I know
Mhm.
it's a terrible way to like pick Pokemon, but like that's absolutely how I pick my favorite Pokemon. Like it's whoever looks the coolest to me or looks the cutest. It's why I like all the evolutions because they're
I
fucking adorable.
I find his arc actually very interesting because it's we've seen the arc. I don't know, you might not have seen it, but it happens all the time in the anime. We have the character who's like, I don't like this Pokemon because he's not strong enough. It's abnormal to see it in Pokemon where I don't like this Pokemon, it's not cute enough, even though that's the more realistic to the average person's experience.
Right, because like here's the thing. Like in any game I play, I never pick my characters for strength initially. I pick them because I think they look cool. Or I pick them because they sound cool or they look cute. Like I never pick my characters for like abilities in the game. I mean, you should look at the team I used for like the fucking Marvel Battle Arena phone game when I used to play. It was the most unoptimal bullshit, but they looked great. My girl power squad was stunning. I had Hela, I had Lady Loki, I think I had Lady Thor. It was a terrible team up, but it looked great.
So yeah, and then he goes through an entire ass character arc by the end there. Like the God, I actually was like a little upset. Like I forgot about like how the Feebas thing went.
Yeah,
And like he gets dragged through the mud towards the end there.
he really does. It felt bad. I was like, damn, tough luck, buddy. That's
Yeah, I guess
rough.
this one's set up a little bit more uniquely with the around the world in 90 days setup. What did you think of the setup itself?
I was really expecting to go into just like another region and like kind of do it like we had for the past couple arcs, just like
Mhm.
deal in this region, deal with what needs to be done, and then the story's kind of over for those characters. So like it was odd, but I kind of liked that it was different because what we've read like three arcs so far now.
Yeah, yeah.
It's nice to break some of that up. Like I enjoyed this because it was different than the
What
previous three. Because I think if I'd had just a really long arc that was the same as the previous three in terms of like the story structure and where they were going and what they were doing, I think I would have been like, well, I've seen it before, and this was just a longer version of it. Whereas there's some uniqueness to this arc. It's different, and it lets me see more of the world and more Pokemon. Because I feel like this is the most variety of Pokemon I've seen in any of the arcs so far. And maybe that's just me noticing them more, but I really do feel like I got the greatest variety of Pokemon here.
That's fair. I can actually see why that would be the case. This is Hoenn was like probably the first region that really leaned into its brand new Pokemon when the game came out. In this arc, if nothing else, is actually like the previous arcs, we don't touch the gym leaders very much. Like
No.
Red kind of passingly does them in the background and gets the gym badges through
But the main
events.
conflict is not with the gym leader.
No, it's with Team Rocket, and they
Yeah.
just make most of the gym leaders Team Rocket, and Red steals the badges pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Here, no, this is pretty damn accurate to the games where it's like, no, we're traveling the region, and this was accurate in the original Ruby Sapphire, where the contest halls were in like these specific cities, and the gyms were in specific cities. We're just going to collect the contest ribbons and the badges as we travel the region and go meet the gym leaders, go fight them, or do something with them, get the badge.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And
actually
I
accurate to the games, unlike the previous arcs.
And can I say, Roxanne is my favorite gym leader ever because I absolutely love the idea that she's like, it's time to see if you could fight me. All right, now sit down and take a 10-page written exam. And if you score 100%, you can fight me.
I loved Sapphire's entire ass. Like, yeah, I'm illiterate, but I understand everything on this exam.
Yeah, yeah, right. Like you write like a 3-year-old given a pen for the first time. But you know the answers because your father's Professor Birch and you've like been studying with him since you were born. Um, which is pretty I'm gonna be honest. So technically I'm training to be in a field where often professors take their children with them during the summers to like experience and stuff. So to me it feels pretty natural that like if you've got a kid but you do field work, you just take the kid along. That kid is going to become somewhat of an expert inadvertently just because they're going along with you. They're having that experience from like a very young age and they're hearing about it from you. It's not like, if you're an accountant or something and you have a kid and you're busy at work and the kid stays home with its mom or with its dad and they're not an accountant or something. You don't teach them accountancy when you get home per se.
Mm-mm.
I'm sure some people do, but like, you know what I mean.
But like this
It'll
kid's like picking up the passion and the knowledge um
Yeah.
earlier on, and like, yeah, no, I really I thought these are actually of the arcs we've read so far, these are probably my favorite main characters.
They were really dynamic. I think it was really fun to have a main character like the gym leader's son who's so very obviously flawed in some ways. Like his outlook on life is definitely not really realistic and he's very kind of like, oh, but I'll get muddy. Oh, but my Pokemon don't look pretty. They're not so cool or something. And then having a character who's just like, Pokemon. Yes. Um with very little kind of care for what kind or what type and the ability to kind of manipulate a vast knowledge of Pokemon to your advantage in combat because I can really appreciate that from having now played some Pokemon games, especially on stream for the channel, because I still have not managed to grasp the mechanics of which types are strong against one another and which types are weak against one another and which attacks work and which attacks don't. And I know that that's something you learn with experience playing the games, but like that's also something you would have to learn in world if you were working with Pokemon and anyone who knows the way that that works is like it doesn't matter how strong your Pokemon is if you know how the system works. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice to see that because I feel like the last 3 arcs we've had a whole lot of I have a really strong Pokemon or I'm gonna win this because the story says I have to.
Yeah, I feel like this arc is definitely much more accurate to the average player's experience actually with the games than our previous arcs just were in general.
Mm-hmm. And we didn't have our fight scenes didn't always last as long, which was
Mm-mm.
nice. We had briefer fight scenes. And here's the thing. It's not hard reading through these fight scenes because I'm just flipping pages, but it does take a toll when they're really, really long. Like, oh my god, Arc 3 had some of the longest fucking fight scenes.
The 16-part final battle.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm so glad we didn't have to go through that again the same way. Like, goddamn.
Speaking of final battles, what did you think of the entire kaiju climax?
I love me a good kaiju. I really do. Um, put a kaiju down and make them fight, and I'm gonna be like, yes. It was like watching a Godzilla movie.
Just seeing the destruction in the region, the cities sunk beneath the water, the
Uh-huh. Like I loved it. I was like, man, this really feels like some absolute bullshit happening. You know what I mean? Like, why does anyone let this man fight with Pokemon that are big enough to destroy a continent? Who fucking knows? But it is hilarious, you know?
hmm I think there was a part like the climax for me was fun. The way they did have a bit of a cop out at the end with the oh, we're bringing back Celebi from the Gold and Silver arc just to randomly appear and undo a lot of these major character deaths.
Yeah. Which, okay, I get it because you don't want to like kill off a bunch of people in world, but
But like just a bit of a cop out, just a
yeah.
bit.
Go ahead and kill someone. It's not that bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Kill him. Kill him.
Murder them.
Murder. But it's a kids show. I get it.
Yeah, the Pokemon Company lets them get away with a lot in this manga. I don't think they'd let them get away with killing named characters from the games.
No. No. They have to be alive so that they can keep exploiting them. Yeah. Fucking hilarious.
So yeah. Let's see. Is there anything else big with this arc that's like stands out from previous arcs we've read? I guess just did the length at all of this one ever get to you? Because this one's like, I think it's about twice as long as the Gold and Silver arc we read was.
Really, but I mean, once again, I if I'm interested in something, I really don't have an issue with long stretches of reading. I think that's it's one of the few ways that you and I differ in just the way that we read. Like I genuinely like to sink my teeth into longer things, especially if I'm interested. And I will happily sit there and just read through like 50 volumes of something in a single day if it's available and I can access it and I'm still enjoying it, you know? And past a certain point, like once I hit a certain point in any series, um, even if I don't like it anymore, I'm still going to read through it to finish it because there's like an investment cap where like if I'm below a certain point, yeah, I can give it up. But if I've passed that point and I'm not enjoying it, I got to finish it because I got to know what happens at the end.
The other thing I wanted to, I guess this is actually a pretty big thing to ask about. This is probably the first arc since Red where the arc is pretty much like I could hand this to someone without having had them read any of the other volumes and it would still be they'd have the same experience.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
not like really whereas like Yellow and Gold, Silver, Crystal really tied back into the characters we've seen before. And arcs going forward are going to tie back as well. So it's just this arc in Red for the
Yeah.
original series that are standalone.
Yeah.
Did that help you appreciate it at all, or did you
Um
or is that does it didn't really
I'm
not
I'm going to be honest. I've been and maybe this is just because I'm not as hooked on Pokemon. I've kind of been treating every single one of these as their own entirely separate, unconnected arcs, if that makes sense. Like I know that like thematically they connect in the world and shit, but I've kind of just been viewing them all as different stories because of the way you've been giving them to me.
Oh yeah, no, that's the point. Like these are supposed to be separate stories altogether. It's more
Yeah.
like the amount of returning characters. I don't think outside of the Celebi cameo, we had a single returning character here.
But even in the previous arcs when we did, it doesn't bother me that much to have like a returning character that like maybe I didn't know or something or I didn't remember because I just kind of just keep swimming, you know? Like
Mhm.
there have been returning characters, but the returning characters like not remembering them or not knowing them I don't think hasn't really ever been an issue yet. Like if you don't remember them, you just don't remember them. You're going to get like a flashback or two anyways or they're going to explain what you need to know.
Mhm.
Um like that's just how it is.
Fair enough.
I mean, it was nice I didn't have to think about that a whole lot in this arc. Um and honestly, bringing back a Pokemon as a returning character in my opinion doesn't really count.
No, no, no. I'm talking like the actual trainers, like Red or Yellow coming back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's good to know because the next arc is an entirely a sequel to the red and yellow arc.
So you're prepping me for it.
Yeah, no, we don't have any
Feeling
more
it out.
standalone arcs within the original, like the main original series. Uh, we don't get standalone again till Diamond and Pearl.
How long does the Pokemon Adventures manga go?
So, what you've read, you see the part in the
Yeah.
the manga that you have left
Yeah.
that you didn't read this time.
Yeah.
These are the only books left in the main series. This book
Oh,
is like half the length of this one.
yeah, I can see that. Okay, so there's not a ton left.
Yeah, there's only two arcs, and they're both the shortest arcs in the series, I think.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. Okay.
So we'll probably. I realize that there hasn't been much difference in these uploads because these uploads have been dramatically out of order. But um, we probably like on our side, there probably won't be as long a turnaround between arcs, just because I'm not gonna have to spend like a month reading them.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess with that being said, we will be back next time to talk about our Lord and Savior books. Because I don't remember what we're talking about next time. So like, comment, and subscribe.
Bye.